What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Tackle Tuesday here on Joe Bob's Bass. Super hyped up this week. Fishing opener is only, 4 days away now. Cannot wait. Super stoked. I will be heading up north. That's where I do a lot of my fishing, up in kind of the Brainerd Lakes area of Minnesota. And Thursday night, we're going to be heading up there, hopefully maybe doing a little bit of carp shooting on Thursday night. Friday, hopefully doing some crappie fishing throughout the day and possibly some more carp shooting that night. And I'm hoping to get on the water at midnight, throw some top water, throw some loud, noisy baits for some bass, and we'll see what happens. But I'll be fishing all weekend. Hope to do some crappie fishing, trout fishing, bass fishing, walleye fishing, just all the boxes, right? So super stoked. Cannot wait to get out on the water. So today we're doing a full rig rundown. I know we did a kayak video just a couple weeks ago. Went more in depth on the kayak, why I love this kayak, why I think it's a great deal for anything, any kayak really under $1,000 at like $600 or $700. This thing absolutely rocks. But today, figured going more in depth, tell you guys what I'm going to be going out this weekend with for opener, what I'm going to be throwing, what rods and reels I'm using, and then deeper dive a little bit on the tackle that I've got packed. All right. So again, we got Pelican Catch 120 kayak. 12-foot kayak. This thing is great. It's not the most stable thing ever, but it really does get the job done. It's nice and light, easy to throw on the roof of my car, no problem, all right? With that, I've got this Frabill rubberized net. This thing is great. It fits like right here next to my seat. Keep the handle close, so if I get a big fish, I can get that thing in the net real easy. You can see on that side too there, I've got the paddle kind of attached, right? There's these kind of bungees on the side there that make it really nice and convenient as you're paddling. Throw that thing on there, make some casts, grab it, paddle, just rather than having it on your lap. It's super convenient, all right? So going a little bit into the rods here. First off, the one that I'll be throwing first chance I get is the Dobyns 795 SB. You guys heard me talk about that last week probably as well. I've got that paired up with the Tranx 200 size. And I've got 17-pound P-line copolymer on there, right? So it's not a fluoro, it's not a mono, it's kind of a mix between them. It works great. The 17-pound line, I wouldn't really, I don't think I have to go bigger than that. If I'm throwing any really big baits, I might go up to like a 20, but 17 seems to get the job done pretty great. So, and I've got the Throwbacks cheat code on there. Cannot wait to throw that thing. I know it gets bit like crazy. So going over to this side, I've got my kind of flagship that I've been using the last few seasons here, the Bass X 7'1" medium heavy fast action from St. Croix. This rod is lights out for the price. St. Croix also is great because they've got a lifetime warranty on those rods. So I don't know if I haven't had to replace it yet, so I'm not sure if there's a replacement fee or if they just give you a new one if you've got a receipt and all that kind of stuff. So I've got that paired up with the Curado DC 150 high gear. This is an 8.5 retrieve. So this thing is fast, which is great. I throw chatterbaits on here almost all the time. You can see that's what I've got tied on now. Natural color chatterbait. I've got one of these Crush City kind of pintail trailers on there. All right, and then going to the back here, I've got a couple more rods. I've got the Johnny Morris 2.0. Also did a video on that combo. If you guys are looking for a super great high quality but super affordable combo, that thing is awesome. I have not had any problems with the reel. The rod is just super sensitive and it feels great. So that is what I've got there. I run 20-pound braid on that with a 10-pound fluoro leader, right? And so right now I've got a Ned hooked on there. Ned rig, I get it. But they catch fish. And so if the bite's tough or I'm not catching anything on the swim baits or chatterbait or some of those other baits that I really love to throw, we might just have to get some fish with the Ned rig. So moving on then as well, I've got my jerkbait rod. This is a medium rod, fast action with a 13 fishing Origin A, 6.3 gear ratio on that. Yeah, it's a cheaper rod. It's a Quantum. I've had that for a couple years now. And for the price, I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks only, and it feels great and it gets the job done. So maybe at some point, if we get a little bit more into jerkbait fishing this year, which I might do, we might have to upgrade that at some point. But I mean, at this point, I really don't see a reason to. So why fix what ain't broken, right? And then just for fun here, also bringing with me this weekend the ultralight rod. This is a Daiwa Crossfire 2-piece rod, 5'6", so it's real short. Super light, super ultralight action on it, which is awesome. And then I've got that with a Shimano, what is this thing called? Shimano Neck Save in the 1000 size, all right? Great reel for the price. Again, I think that retails around $50. So super, super excited. Those are the 5 rods that I'm bringing with me. Nothing more, nothing less. Muskie season is not open yet, so not bringing the muskie rod. Still working on fixing my 806 Dobyns, which would be my soft swim bait rod. If I can get that thing fixed, I think I have a solution. I've just got to order the part and get that fixed. So if you didn't hear about that, go check out my TikTok. I made a little video about that there. So now I would love to just kind of show you guys the tackle bin back here, what I've got. I've got a milk crate with some tackle boxes in there, and I've got some soft plastics back here as well. So let's take a deeper dive into those, and I'll show you what I'm fishing with this weekend. All right, folks, so first up, let's just dive into some soft plastics here. Nothing too crazy. You know I love my soft paddle tails, so there's some Rage Swimmers. Another one in the smaller size. We've got some of these Crush Cities. This is what I got on my chatterbait right now. These Crush City Customs from Rapala. These are the, what are they called? Freeloaders. Salted, scent infused, 4.25 inches in the sun gill color. All right, natural, that's what I like. What else are we gonna be throwing this week? We've got some robo worms. If we're throwing a worm bite, don't see that probably happening, but who knows? That's kind of it, guys. I mean, a lot of these are more summery things. You know, a lot of them are trailers that I'll be using for chatterbaits. Drop shot worms, these KVDs are great from Strike King. Love those. Some more kind of soft, smaller, finesse bento, swim bentos from Lunker Hunt. These I might actually try for walleye fishing. We'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we've got some of the, everybody knows, the Z-Man Ned Rig plastics, which you want to keep separated. Make sure that that plastic is not touching the other plastic because it will destroy it, melt it. It'll get all over. It sucks. Don't do it. All right? So you can see you got some other stuff in there. That is really not what's important. Let's move on here. This is my little crappie box. So Friday when we're fishing for crappies and panfish, this is what I'm going to be throwing, as well as if we go over and try to catch some trout. I've got all my MEPs up in this section. A couple bobbers, bobber stops if we want to do any live worm rigs or anything. Again, I'm not a huge live bait fisherman, so it's not my style, I guess. So we'll see if that ever comes into play this weekend. But one thing that I would know will come into play is these beetle spins, which was featured in last week's video. So go check that out. These beetle spins, as well as the Mighty Light, Mighty Light by Cubby. I think that's what they're called. And then got some of these silkies. These will be great too. These were used ice fishing. These are more of an ice fishing lure, but I'm going to try them on the ultralight, maybe just off the end of the dock or something. We'll see how those go. Got some pliers, a couple little soft plastics for crappie, and that is pretty much it in there. All right. Moving on then, we've got, let's see here. Let's go to the crank and jerk bait box. All right, and this is what I'm talking about here. We got a couple crankbaits, some KVDs, some 6 cents, square bills, couple, I have no idea even what brand these are, these lipless. I've never had a huge luck with a lipless bite. I know especially in the spring people say it might be all the rage, so maybe we'll try it at some point this weekend, but I've never had a great luck there. I've caught a ton on this 6 cents chartreuse, or sorry, this is a KVD. KVD chartreuse in black square bill. I believe this is a 4-foot diver, and that's just lights out, especially in clear water. All right, a couple other cranks there, a couple jerk baits here that again I haven't really fished jerk baits a whole lot. A couple different colors: a natural perch, some translucent purple, a translucent white, some smaller ones here with like a golden shiner, a ghost shad. Here's a 13 fishing kind of purple and gold translucent color. I really like that one actually a lot. And then of course, y'all know this brand, the Megabass Vision 110. I've got a 110 plus one. We've got a 110 Junior. Cannot wait to throw those, and that's kind of what I was talking about. I've just been obsessed with the Megabass brand recently, so we'll see if those things are really all the rage this weekend. As well as, this is a little topwater wooden lure that I made. It's nothing special, it's just got a little walking action to it. Made this last spring, have not caught any fish on it, but really haven't fished it a whole lot, so maybe we'll try throwing that as well this weekend, all right? But super, super excited for those Vision 110s that we'll get to be throwing, all right? Moving on. Here is our soft plastic swim bait case. We've got a Mag Draft, we've got a Huddleston, we've got a Berkley Nessie, I think that's Berkley. Savage Gear paddle tail, made a video on that. We've got the Megabass Dark Sleeper here, Mag Draft, I think I said that. And then we've got just some other kind of random search bait type things, couple weighted hooks, 7/0 belly weighted hook is what I love to use. And then just a couple other random soft plastic swim baits that I have that were just kind of out, not in a brand new case, so I just threw them in there for now. So nothing too crazy and special in there. Again, just those kind of soft plastics. The Nessie I'm looking forward to using, the Magdraft I'm looking forward to catch something on, and the Huddleston is just the lights out bait. So if you're looking for a soft swim bait, I actually am in the market right now for an 8-inch version of this. This is the 6-inch weedless. I also would like a 6-inch non-weedless version just to get that hookup ratio up there a little bit more. But you can just see how floppy those tails are on there, guys. These things have fantastic action in the water. So moving on from that kind of stuff. Oh, other than that, I've got a couple beast hooks, couple just other 7/0, 8/0, 12/0, 11/0 weighted swim bait hooks up there. All right. Going onward from that, we will get into my little jig box. Again, I don't throw jigs a whole lot. This kind of covers all my bases. If I ever get really big into jig fishing, obviously I might get some more, but they kind of bunch up in here, but there's quite a few. We got some natural colors. We've got a couple swim jigs here in white, one without a trailer, another one in just pure white, a couple just black and chartreuse, right? A big football jig here when I'm fishing really deep in the middle of summer for smallies. And then, of course, like a little finesse jig here, right? So I'm kind of covering all the bases as far as what I would need, other than like a huge assortment of colors, right? Going on to this side here, we've got just some hair, right? These are going to be my, if the walleye are really, really finicky or the water's still really cold, might try something like this with a minnow on there. We've got some really big other hairy things that more of a summer bite for the bass. But again, super fun bite if you can get on them. So just a little box there for those. Moving on here, we've got the top water. This is another thing that I'm excited. Maybe the topwater bite's on. I know that in Minnesota this year, we've had a very early spring. We have snow and ice was off of the lakes very, very early, even up north where I'm headed. So water temperatures should be a little bit warmer than usual for this time of year. Normally it's really, really cold. We're sitting in the 40s, maybe the low 50s at this point. We could be seeing mid 50s to upper 50s, I'm guessing. I'm not sure yet. So I know a lot of the lakes around here have been in that upper 50 range already. So got a Pop Max here from Megabass. Again, super excited to throw that. A couple of my junky frogs, you know, I really don't throw these a whole lot. This one I did make a video on as well, the Top Toad. That is my absolute favorite topwater frog. And then we've got kind of a Berkley Whopper Chopper kind of bait there. A couple buzz baits, nothing special. I don't think this box is really going to come into play a whole lot this weekend, but we'll see. If there's a lot of vegetation and growth already, we might have to break out some frogs. And then here, I've just got all the hooks that I could possibly need. Couple Ned rigs, couple swivels, couple snap swivels, other shank hooks, straight hooks. We got tube hooks. We got 3/0, 4/0 weighted, or 3/0 or 4/0 hooks. We've got ball jigs. We've got Nico rigs. We've got drop shot weights, wacky O-rings, the whole shebang. Really everything that you need for bass fishing. And then last but not least, just a couple other big, huge 11/0 VMC spinner hooks. And then in here, guys, we've just got my chatterbaits and spinners, right? These obviously are going to get used a ton this weekend, as well as really, yeah, all these different spinners. I love spinners. You can get them for $1.50 at Walmart. You can get them for $15 for, you know, some made in your garage kind of stuff. Whatever. They all do the same kind of motion. I've got ones in here that are $10. I've got ones in here that are $1. Really, it's just up to you what you want to throw and what you want to spend, right? As far as the chatterbaits go, I've got one jackhammer. Don't know if it's really worth the surcharge compared to the others, but a good assortment of colors there. And like I said, I've got one tied on to one of my main rods here that I will be throwing quite a bit this weekend. It's one of my favorite springtime baits for sure. And last but not least, guys, we've got the hard swim bait box. All right, so again, nothing too crazy in here. This is a soft bait. This is from a guy on Facebook actually that made this for me. Yeah, he just had a listing on Facebook. I ordered a few in this color scheme, and we'll see how that goes. That's paired up with a 12/0 owner on there. We've got the Throwbox Wake Walker. We've got a A gill glide bait, kind of a low float variation on that. This is a Livingston Lures glide. This is a Tiny Clash. We've got a Shiner glide here, and then a Spro Rat. So nothing too crazy. Hoping that the throwbacks, Cheat Code, Wake Walker, and that Tiny Clash are going to be doing probably the most work for me this weekend, but figured we'd bring some of those other options in case the fish want them. So that's pretty much it as far as what I'm bringing, guys. I know that kind of was a lot. That was a speed run through of everything, kind of an overview of the different options that we've got. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've got in my kayak. So there you have it, folks. That is my whole rig rundown for fishing opener here in Minnesota. If you're getting out on the water, let me know where you're headed. Let me know what your favorite lure is. Let me know what time of day you're fishing or what time of day you think is best in the springtime. Personally, I think all day, every day is a great day to go fishing, right? So especially in the springtime, those fish can get pretty fired up. So we'll see. Excited to see what the water temps are. So excited to see what the fish are doing, and excited to just catch a bunch of fish this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We've got trout on the list. We've got panfish on the list. We've got bass on the list. We've got potentially walleye to catch. So hang in there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. Can't wait to get out a video for you guys from this weekend. Hopefully it's loaded with some big bites, and we will see you next week.